Yeah.
1 2 1 2. Turn me up. Yeah.
There he is. Senseless. School is never where I learn my lessons. Rooftops with boom boxes where my search is ended. Famous, I want it ever since my mind could think it. Handcuffed in the back of Impalas for public drinking. If brown music ain't discovered me, I'd probably be an alkie in recovery. Now I'm just an addict with a 1 to 3 contract to bring back the sucker free. Game in a choke till the broke niggas live comfortably in the back of a dollar van with the gat to the driver, man. Thinking about my mama, I just need a couple dollars, man. I'm an honest sinner, try to be the hardest worker, even though my problem's bigger. I just got a life preserver. Man, the streets is cold. Every day is 3 below. And in a week or so, I might just be with Keisha Cole. My story is told, walking down Glory's Road, grinding forever. You can tell by my dirty toes. I walk a good mile, I wear a good shoe. I might just be wild, I might be brand new. I talk with some style, my voice is clear blue. My mic sound nice.
So if y'all been following me in my career, then y'all know by now that the DJ that I was talking about in the last episode where it cut off was DJ Clue, world famous DJ Clue. So at this time, I was really at odds with my mom's and decided to leave home. And so when I left home, I was like homeless for like a day or two. I stayed at my cousin's girlfriend's house. You know, the next day I called my aunt and she was like, I can't pick you up because that's against your mother's wishes, but if you come to the door, I can't not let you in. So I got, bus money. I went to go live with her. She stayed in Fresh Meadows at the time, Fresh Meadows, New York. I continued working with Extreme, even to the point where he started paying me because I was on so many of his mixtapes. He decided to pay me. Eventually, we kind of had a falling out over the money. They say, friends and money shouldn't mix a lot of times, business and friends and family. So we fell out and I started working with Clue full time. Now, there's a debate here that's just, I think it's a silent debate. It's like a me debating Nori. Shout out to Nori. He says that him and Capone, I think, were the first rappers on the Clue tape. But I thought that it was Pudgy the Fat Bastard and then me. So, Clue, if you see this or whatever, if anybody got old tapes or whatever, let's see who's the first ones on the Clue tape. But I feel like I was with Pudgy the Fat Bastard on the first Clue tape. So I don't know. But anyway, Clue starts picking me up from the crib. I remember he had like the blue Beamer. He would pick me up from the crib and we would go do mixtapes. Now, same rules apply. There's no computer, there's no Pro Tools. We literally had to record a master tape and we had to damn near be flawless. We had to be perfect. And we would spend 24, 36 hours recording because if I messed up or if he messed up, and Clue wasn't technically a ill DJ, like as far as like the cuts and making the blends perfect and this, that, and the third, but Clue was the ultimate hustler. I think even in Fade to Black, Dame Dash was talking about how Clue was the consummate hustler. Clue would go to Afghanistan if he had to. And so we was doing these tapes, and at this time, it's picking up. I'm becoming kind of famous in the hood, right? Like I'm well known in the hood because when you go down 165th and by the bootleggers, all you hear is D Explicit. Now I didn't go by Asim at this time. I went by just D Explicit. That's all you heard was D Explicit, and you heard my voice. So I was becoming a star in the hood. One day, the day that solidified that I was a star in the hood was I was coming home from school and a bunch of niggas was in a cypher. Now, you're a rapper, you see a cypher, you jumping in a cypher. So I see these dudes in a cypher and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get in this cypher and I'm gonna, chop these niggas' heads off. Like, I was about that. And so I get in the cypher, I start rhyming, and eventually I say my name, The Explicit. Everybody stop. Whoa. Yo, man, The Explicit from, yeah, that's the nigga from the Clue tapes, yo. Like, you know what I mean? You out here stealing niggas' names and shit. I'm like, what? Like, now, first of all, I'm figuring you can't tell by my voice that I'm The Explicit, like, because I rap, the same. And then I was like, oh shit, I had a hat on. This hat was from, now if you from Queens, you know Kim's back in the day, did the embroidery. They also had a little other thing that you can get from there. We ain't gonna talk about that. But I had a hat from Kim's that I had got embroidered, and it had the letter D on the front and it said Explicit on the back. And so I realized I had the hat on, and I was like, yo, nigga. And I pointed to the D on the hat, and then I turned the hat around to show Explicit. Them niggas went crazy. Like, literally went crazy. And I was like, oh shit, like I'm kind of like a star in the hood, like for real now, I thought that because I was hearing myself walking up and down Jamaica Ave, but then I really thought it when they reacted the way they reacted. We keep going, Clue selling mixtapes. He gets, out there enough to land an A&R job at RCA Records. This wasn't Loud RCA, this is just RCA. He gets this job at RCA and he wants to sign me. He calls me at the crib. He's like, yo, I just got this job. I'm A&R now. That means I can sign you to a deal. He was like, yo, one thing I want you to do for me is I want you to do more metaphors and punchlines. Now, at this time, I kind of was going into my political, Black Power bag, where I wasn't just doing braggadocio rhymes and all of that. I was doing the politically correct, Black Power, don't kill your brother type shit and all of that, real militant shit. He wanted me to do more, of the metaphors, the punchlines, the setups and all of that. When he said it, I kind of felt like, why are you telling me like I don't know how to rap? Like, you know what I mean? So I sat there for a second in silence, and then I just came out and I had the audacity to tell this nigga,